All right, we're winding down on our Academy Awards prediction show. Kevin Coulomb alongside Jackie K. Cooper. We're looking at, you like the accent that comes out every now and again? Koopa. Best Director, we got Damien Chazelle for La La Land, Barry Jenkins from Moonlight, Kenneth Lonergan from Manchester by the Sea, Mel Gibson from Hacksaw Ridge, and Denis Villeneuve from Arrival. Villeneuve from Arrival. I can tell you the big favorite is the director of La La Land, Damien Chazelle. And you and I talked, it's a movie about Hollywood. So when we get to Best Picture, and we already talked about Best Actor and Actress, and now Best Director, it's got 14 nominations. You said tied with Titanic.
And was it Whiplash? Was that the name of the movie that he did?
With Miles Teller.
Miles Teller.
Yes.
Was it Whiplash? Which was a great movie.
Yes, it was excellent.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. And they said that the success of that, he'd been working on La La Land, but that really got him the connections to get the movie made based on his reputation there. And he's young. I don't think he's in his, 32, something like that.
So a movie about Hollywood that celebrates Hollywood, when people are picking the winners, they're from Hollywood. They're basically all patting themselves on the back and celebrating themselves, right? All weekend. So whether it's fair or not, he is the big favorite.
Did you see all the voters in there? You know, what's that La La movie about? Oh, it's about Los Angeles and the industry. Oh, got my vote.
But, you know, I know we're also going to talk it during our Best Picture segment, but I don't know, where do you want to start with who you think doesn't belong on there? Or is there one? Let's talk about Mel Gibson. You know, he's gone through some terror in Hollywood.
Wouldn't you love it if he won?
They wouldn't allow it.
No.
But if in the last segment we talked about things should just be taken on its merits, right?
Yes.
So the merits of this movie in and of itself, he should probably win.
And have you heard, you know, this movie to me, the battle sequences were just visually stunning. And he talks about the shoestring budget he was on and the abbreviated shooting schedule that he had and how he got so much up there on the screen.
Wow. Do you think the ridge was as prominent as,
I do.
Do you do, right?
I bought it, yes.
I do too. I mean, it had to have been some type of ridge to even call it Hacksaw
Ridge. To
Ridge.
think about him slinging those bodies over his shoulders and going up and down that.
After tying them up earlier in the scene too. Yeah, he lowered them down.
But, you know, if I were to say who does not belong on that list, well, I didn't like hardly anything on that list.
So none of them belong on there.
None of them belong. Where's Clint Eastwood?
That's really why I was looking at it, because I know you weren't really enthralled with any of those movies.
And I hate to, you know, highlight my stupidity.
Okay.
But it took me talking to 50 trillion people that I assume have great intelligence to explain Arrival.
I knew it. Thank you, Jackie. I love a man who doesn't mind admitting that.
I didn't. I came out and I said, what did that mean?
Yeah.
Did you from the start say, oh, this is the middle of the movie?
Do you want the truth?
No.
Of course not. I didn't know. But my wife did. God bless her, Heather. She is so intelligent.
That was like with The Sixth Sense. You know, we were 5 minutes in the movie and my wife leans over and said, he's dead. And I'm like, what? Are you crazy?
Yeah, because before we went on the air, my wife said, you know, Jackie did not like Arrival. I said, no. I bet he didn't understand it. But you're such a movie guy.
I have a T-shirt with that big circle with the...
Well,
and I'm thinking, you know, hey, call me stupid.
If you don't get it, then it shouldn't have the impact that it should unless you get it. If you get it, I think it should go to the top of a lot of lists. I think it's very profound. I think it's amazing. I think when, you know, you think there's a lot of flashback scenes, but they're actually flash forward scenes, things that are about to happen.
There is no linear
right, and that's the gift that they gave us, that there is no linear time. So, you know, they could go forward or backward. And I know it's a lot to wrap your brain around, and we'll get there when we get to Best Picture. But no, I am 100% on board. In fact, I saw it twice just so I could appreciate it. And go see it again.
My wife and I analyzed that movie all the way home, you know, and then I talked to my son and daughter-in-law up in North Carolina, and they're like, you didn't get it? Like, how could you be that dumb?
Hey, we have a show, so we must know something.
Yeah, but I mean, there are going to be a lot of you who are like me who go to see that movie and think, what do you mean?
Yeah, and don't feel bad. Go look it up online, read about it, or go see it again.
What was the Matthew McConaughey movie? Interstellar? Not Interstellar. Was that it? Where he goes into space
I didn't see
and
it.
leaves his children behind. And
Was it good? Not that good,
but
obviously.
it was another one of those movies. It was like he was in a time warp. He went into space, and it took him so many years to get back, and people had aged. And I came out of that movie, and I wrote the review, and I said, I have no clue as to what was going on in this movie.
Wow. And when you just think
And
about...
people wrote me and said, you
How?
didn't get it?
I like that you admit that we're also human and we don't get everything, and just because we love movies doesn't mean
No.
everyone will hit home with us, But the fact that she would know that her daughter's going to have cancer in the future and pass away, and you'd still keep going on and have the birth of your child, and I mean, that's pretty deep too. And the way
The
she
fact
saved
that
the
it
planet too was pretty
starts
cool.
in the middle of the story
is neat.
and then you go back and you think you're in front, and everything in that movie took place at night.
Yeah, there were a lot of night sequences. Yeah,
and
in
it was
dark.
and
Yeah,
then they went outside and it was dark, and I thought, where's the light?
yeah.
And if it's going to be nominated for Best Picture, he's going to get a nomination. It's Best Director. Where was Amy Adams?
That's a great question. I have her down here as a snub. I didn't know if I want to talk about it because you didn't really like the movie that
In
much. But
2019, she will win. So she's not upset.
well, yeah, she's not
gonna
because she
win
knew it already
She
happened.
knows she's going to win it in 2019.
So you did understand the movie. See? All right, well, let's find a winner out of this category. I mean, we both know who's going to win. It's going to be the La La Land director, Damien Chazelle.
Damien Chazelle. And when he says, I'm Damien Chazelle, he turns into Captain Marvel. Shazam!
So tell me who you want to win. I don't think it should be Chazelle.
I want Mel Gibson to win.
Of course, from Hacksaw Ridge.
And, this really does show that there is redemption through your work. Because Mel Gibson, after his tirades, anti-Semitic and misogynistic and all of those things that he did, he could not buy a bowl of oatmeal in Hollywood.
I'm surprised he would even get to make this movie, Good for him, I guess.
He made it. It made money, and he is nominated.
Yeah, and it is good.
And I would love, and he was. It is. You can feel his handprints on that movie too.
Absolutely.
It's a Mel Gibson movie. So I wish he would win, but I do think Damien Chazelle is going to win. Now, who would you, if Damien didn't get it? Is he your guy?
And I know you will not agree, but I'm going to go with Barry Jenkins from Moonlight.
Why?
Because to me,
why?
Those three poignant scenes of that person's life were very deep and affecting to me. They really were. I mean, they basically, they traced about 40 minutes each scene from when he's about 10, 17, and about 22, 23 years old. And basically those huge scenes were the core and the impact of what made him who he was.
So that movie
it did it for me. It did.
It didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't for me. But, he stands a good chance. All right, take another break, and then we're going to come back with, I wonder what it's going to be. Best Picture.